Sector 9 was not a place for peace, it was dust, broken metal, and screams that echoed through thick smoke. The war between humans and aliens had reached this forgotten planet where every step could lead to death. In the middle of a burned-out valley, a young alien girl named LRA moved quietly with her unit. She was small compared to the others, with silver-blue skin and glowing violet eyes. Her armor was too large for her, borrowed from her dead brother. Still, she walked with courage, her mission: clear the zone and report back. The wind howled, the air smelled like burned plastic and blood. Suddenly, boom, the ground exploded, a bright flash, then silence for a moment. Everything stopped. Then came the scream. It was not a normal scream, it was raw, full of pain and fear, the kind of scream that made soldiers freeze. LRA had stepped on a buried mine. The force had thrown her into the air. When she landed, her left leg was gone, torn off below the knee. Blood sprayed the dirt. She tried to crawl, but the pain was too much. Help, she cried. Please. Her own unit, 4 Zelari soldiers, stood nearby, horrified. One of them, her commander, shook his head. She's finished, he said coldly. We leave her. They turned away. Elra's heart broke more than her leg. Her people had rules: no weakness. If you fall, you are not carried, you are forgotten. She had always believed in that rule, until now. She cried out again, but no one came. The sky above her turned dark, her vision blurred, and then footsteps, heavy, slow, not alien, human. A tall figure ran through the smoke. He had no weapon in hand, only a small medkit. His name was Noah Black, a field medic from Earth. He had heard the scream and followed it, even though the zone was marked hot with active mines. He saw her on the ground, bleeding, weak. Alone, she saw him and flinched. Get away, she shouted in pain. You're one of them. Noah didn't answer. He dropped to his knees beside her, checking her pulse. Blood soaked the ground. Your leg's gone, he said calmly. If I don't stop the bleeding now, you'll die. I don't want your help, she hissed. He looked into her eyes, steady and firm. Tough luck, he said. You're getting it anyway. He pulled out a small clamp and sealed her artery with quick precision. LRA screamed again, her body shaking. He injected her with painkillers and wrapped her stump in synth fabric. You're lucky I found you in time, he said as he worked. I'm not lucky, she whispered. I've lost everything. Noah paused. Not everything, he said quietly. You're still breathing. He lifted her in his arms. She was light, barely more than a child. The human camp was a mile away, but he didn't care. Every step was a risk. The ground could blow at any moment. Why? She asked weakly. Why are you helping me? I'm a medic, he said. I don't care if you're human or Zelari. Blood is blood. LRA rested her head against his shoulder. She was cold, fading. You're strange, human, she muttered, and you're heavier than you look, he replied with a small grin. For the first time she smiled, just a little. When Noah finally reached the human camp, soldiers stared in shock. Why are you carrying that alien? One of them shouted. She's bleeding out, Noah said. She's not our enemy anymore, she's a patient. Command didn't like it, but Noah didn't wait for orders. He kicked open the medbay doors and laid LRA on the bed. The doctors frowned, but started working. Noah stayed close, holding her hand. Don't let them send me back, LRA said. They'll kill me. You're not going anywhere, he whispered. I'll make sure of it. That night, as LRA slept with machines keeping her stable, Noah sat beside her and looked at her stump. He already had a plan forming in his mind. If they wouldn't give her a leg, he would build one. LRA woke up to the sound of humming machines and a strange smell, clean, cold, and sharp. She blinked slowly, her head heavy, and spinning lights above her bed flickered softly. She tried to sit up but cried out in pain. A sharp sting shot through her body. Her hand moved to her leg, only it wasn't there, just thick, tight bandages. The memory hit her like a storm. The mine, the blood, her own people leaving her behind, and the human. She turned her head. He was sitting beside her, asleep in a metal chair, still in his dusty combat clothes. His arms were crossed, and a medical scanner was resting in his lap. His face looked calm, but tired, that same face she'd seen running through the fire to save her. Noah LRA didn't understand why he helped her in her world. No one helped the weak. No one saved the broken. She should have been left to die. It would have been easier. A nurse entered the room and gave LRA a warning look. Don't move too much, she said, voice stiff. You're lucky he brought you in. When he did, LRA glanced at Noah again. Why? The nurse didn't answer, just checked a few numbers and left. A few minutes later, Noah stirred awake. His eyes met hers, and he sat up straighter. You're awake, he said softly. LRA looked away. You should have. Let me die, Noah leaned forward. I don't let people die, not if I can stop. You don't even know me, she whispered. He nodded. You're right, but I saw someone bleeding, someone screaming, and that was enough. LRA's voice turned cold. Your people killed thousands of mine and yours killed thousands of ours. Noah replied. Doesn't mean we can't do something different even for just one person. LRA said nothing. Noah stood and walked to a table near the wall. He picked up something wrapped in cloth and carried it back. He unwrapped it slowly. It was a synthetic leg, silver, strong, custom designed for someone her size. Light enough to move easily, strong enough for battle. LRA stared at it in shock. I made this last night, Noah said. It's not perfect, but it'll help you walk again. Her eyes narrowed. Why would you do that for me? He didn't answer right away. Then he looked at her and said, because nobody else would. Silence filled the room. Noah reached forward and gently took her arm. Let me help you sit up. The surgery's done, but you need to learn balance again. His hands were warm, steady. But LRA flinched. Her body shook as memories of the explosion came back. Her people had warned her about human touch, that it was dangerous, poisonous even, but his touch didn't burn. It steadied her. Still, the pain hit hard as she moved. Tears welled in her eyes. It hurts, I know, Noah whispered, but we go slow, we fight together. LRA tried again. This time she sat upright. Her heart pounded fast. She looked down at the synthetic leg resting nearby. Noah followed her gaze. I'll teach you how to walk with it. But not today. Today you rest. LRA looked at him, confused and angry at herself. Why do you care so much? Noah gave a tired smile. Maybe because I lost someone once, and I wasn't there to save them. I swore I'd never make that mistake. Again his words hit her deeper than she expected. Suddenly a loud voice echoed outside the medbay. Soldiers arguing. LRA tensed. She grabbed Noah's sleeve. What is it? Noah stood and looked out the small window. A group of human officers were speaking with someone with pale, glowing skin, a Zari soldier. Elra's eyes wide. No, they found me. Noah closed the curtain. I won't let them take you, but they'll come back, she whispered, voice trembling. They'll call me a traitor, a shame. Noah placed his hand on her shoulder. Then we give them something they don't expect. She looked up at him, her heart beating faster. What's that? A fighter who stands tall even on one leg. The rain started falling outside the med tent, soft at first, then heavier, tapping against the metal roof like tiny drums. LRA sat on the edge of her bed, the blanket wrapped tightly around her shoulders. Her stump still locked. Phantom pain pulsed through her missing leg, but something else hurt more. Silence from her own people. No one had come back for her, not even to check if she was dead. She tried not to think about it, but the truth sat heavy in her chest. In Zari culture, warriors who survived through enemy help were seen as tainted. Her honor had been stolen. The moment Noah had touched her, her chance to return home was gone, and the worst part, he had been the only one who cared. Noah stepped inside the med tent, holding a tray of food. I brought soup, not great, but hot. LRA didn't respond. She stared at the floor. Noah noticed the empty look in her eyes. He set the tray down and sat beside her. You're thinking too loud again, he said softly. I'm not hungry. He nodded. You don't have to be, just don't shut down. She turned her face away. My people think I'm impure now. They will never accept me again. Noah stayed quiet for a moment. Then he said, maybe you don't need their approval to survive. Elra's voice was sharp. You don't understand. We are warriors. We don't show weakness. We don't beg. And we definitely don't cry. Noah smiled gently. Is that why you've been holding it in for 3 days? Elra's jaw clenched. Zelari, don't cry. He leaned forward, then stopped being Zelari for one night. LRA looked at him, eyes burning with emotion. She tried to hide her lips, trembled. Her fingers clenched the blanket tighter. The pain, the betrayal, the silence, the fear, it all rose up from the dark place she had pushed it into. And then a single tear fell. She gasped, shocked by her own weakness. She tried to wipe it fast, but it was too late. Another tear followed, then another. Her shoulders began to shake. Noah didn't say anything. He didn't try to stop her or comfort her. Like a child, he just sat next to her, quiet, present. I'm a disgrace, LRA whispered between shaky breaths. No, Noah said calmly, you're a survivor. She turned her tear-stained face toward him. Why do you keep doing this? You fixed my leg, you gave me food, you sat with me through the night. Why? He shrugged a little. Because someone once did it for Me and I promised I'd pass it on. Elra's breath slowed the tears finally. Stopped, but her heart still felt full of questions. What happened to them? Didn't make it, he said quietly, but they told me kindness is stronger than bullets. I didn't believe it then, I do now. Lra looked down at the tray of soup. She picked up the spoon, hand still shaking, and took one slow sip. It wasn't good, but it was warm, and it felt more comforting than any weapon ever had. Later that night, Noah brought something strange into the med tent, a sleek metallic object. It shimmered under the dim light. The leg, Lra asked. He nodded. Final version. I use spare parts from a broken scout drone. It's flexible, shock-resistant, and lightweight, just like you. She raised an eyebrow. You think lightweight? He smirked. Well, you're not exactly a tank. For the first time, she laughed, really laughed. It was small, broken, and mixed with pain, but it was real. That night, Noah helped her strap the leg in place. The process was slow. Her nerves were still raw. The first steps would be hard. She stood with his help. Her body shook. Every step felt like walking on fire, but she didn't stop. When she fell, he caught her. When she cursed, he said, "Good, that means you're fighting." And when she finally took 3 full steps on her own, she stood still, sweating, panting, but proud. She looked at him and whispered, "Thank you." Noah just smiled. "Don't thank me yet. Tomorrow we run drills." Lra groaned, but her heart was lighter. Her people may have left her, but one human had stayed, and somehow that meant more. The night air was heavy. Wind howled through the camp fences like a whispering ghost. Inside the med tent, the lights were dim, the machines quiet, and Lra finally slept. Without pain in her leg, but her body was tense even in rest. Her mind was not at peace. Noah sat by the tent's edge, reading a worn-out field journal. He had been assigned to another unit 2 days ago, but he kept finding excuses to check in on her. The commander didn't like it. Aliens are not our friends, they had said, but Noah didn't care, not after what he saw in her eyes. She wasn't a soldier anymore. She was something braver, a survivor rebuilding herself. Suddenly, a sharp sound broke the silence. A thud, then another. Noah stood quickly outside. 2 human soldiers dragged in a third figure. A girl with a long coat and a black hood was pale, shivering, and covered in blood, but that wasn't the shocking part. It was her eyes glowing violet, just like Lra. Noah rushed to the entrance. "Who is she?" One soldier spat. "Zalari, found hiding near the fuel station, says she's Lra's cousin." Noah's heart dropped. He looked back at the med tent where Ella still slept unaware. He turned to the girl. "Why are you here?" The cousin's voice was rough, shaking. "They sent Mikai to bring her back." Noah narrowed his eyes. Why now? She was supposed to die. She didn't. They see her as a danger now. Noah's face hardened. "What will they do to her?" "She accepted help from a human. She let you touch her. She walked on your metal." Her eyes were full of fear, but not for herself. "They sent assassins," she whispered. "They're already on their way." Noah moved fast. He entered the med tent and gently woke Lra. Her eyes opened slowly, adjusting to the low light. "Is it morning?" she asked. "No," he said, "but you need to get up." She blinked. "Why?" He helped her sit. His tone changed, calm but urgent. "Someone from your side is here, your cousin. She says they're coming to kill you." Elra's entire body went stiff. Her fingers gripped the edge of the bed. "No, they wouldn't." Noah nodded. "They would." Lra stared at the floor, her heart pounding. "They told us all humans are dangerous, that if you save us, it means you want something, that you'll use us, control us." "And do you believe that now?" Noah asked gently. Lra shook her head, tears building in her eyes. "No, you saved me when they didn't even try." Noah took a step closer. "Then we have to move. They won't let you walk out of this camp alive." "But where can I go?" she asked. "Where can I even belong now?" Noah looked her in the eyes. "You belong where people don't leave you behind." That was the moment she realized this war wasn't just guns and soldiers. It was belief, and hers had changed. Noah helped her to her feet. The synthetic leg clicked into place. She was still learning balance, but tonight she had to move fast. Outside, the cousin waited. The back fence. "I don't have much time," she whispered. "They're close. Come with us." Lra said. The cousin hesitated. "I can't. I've already broken enough rules." But before she left, she handed Lra something, a crystal chip. "What's this?" Lra asked. "It's your family's message," she replied, voice shaking. "Your father's final words before they declared you unclean." And then she was gone. Noah and Lra disappeared into the shadows of the base, leaving behind the place that had saved her, but could no longer protect her. As they reached the Edge of a hill LRA stopped to catch her breath. Noah looked at her synthetic leg. Still holding up, she nodded. Better than I thought. Then she looked at him serious. And soft. They told me humans are selfish, cruel liars. He raised a brow. What do you believe now? She gave a small smile. They warned me about humans, but they never warned me about kindness. Noah smiled back. Kindness is the deadliest. Surprise, and under that alien sky a once lost girl and a warmed walked side by side toward danger, hope, and whatever came next. The sun rose over the edge of the mountain, bathing the human outpost in orange light. It was the kind of quiet